Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! Feud! Episode 2 review.
We didn't think we were gonna keep reviewing this.
And we're not going to.
We might. I don't know.
Well, maybe we will. I don't think we will. Okay. First things first. Shout out to our wine sponsor, Wink. Trywink.com/moviebitches. You get $20 off your first month, which is like perfect while you're watching Feud. You can drink along every time Bette Davis drinks, you drink.
Yes.
Or really either of them drink.
Yeah.
God, Hollywood was really cruel to women. It was.
It's a weird transition.
Well, I was just thinking about how many alcoholic movie stars there were, because it's just like, ugh.
I mean, Hollywood's crazy place.
Yeah. So.
Destructive place.
Feud.
Really uncovering some secrets nobody knew about.
That I was saying that? Oh, fuck you.
Man, Hollywood's hard. It's like not a great place to be. It's rough. They don't treat you well.
That was kind of the theme of this episode.
It was.
I have to say it. This was the show that I wanted.
It was much closer to the show that I wanted.
Sure. This had a lot more, I won't necessarily say camp, but fabulosity.
Yes.
And that's what I really wanted. I was kind of like, oh, I don't know how this is going to be. And then within the first 2 minutes, Jessica Lange is she's like, Betty.
I think what you're doing with this part is incredibly brave.
Closes the door. Whatever it was.
There was a lot of shade.
It was so shady. And I was just like, oh!
The whole first episode was exposition, setup. Oh, the two main characters that you care about aren't really in a scene together, practically. And then this whole episode was like, yes, pour gasoline on that fire.
Well, and I liked that it was villainizing men.
Yes.
In Hollywood.
Yes, of this, and the focus shifts from, oh, they're just cunts to each other, to oh, they're more manageable when they're fighting. We as men will make them fight and manipulate.
Well,
them.
They're more valuable when they're fighting.
Well, that too, yes.
And that's interesting. I didn't know that storyline, and I'm sure that it's true, because why would they?
I'm sure, aspects of it are true.
Sure.
I don't want to fully give the credit of them being fabulous bitches to men.
Oh, no. It's interesting that, so much of their feud was under false pretenses.
Sure.
Not surprisingly, really, when you look back at it.
Yeah. It's like a chess game. So many pieces are in play.
Also, they gave you more of, motivations of the women. Joan is reacting this way because of this and this and these insecurities, or she's reacting this way because of these insecurities. It was much better written.
Yeah.
Looked it up. Different writer.
From the first episode?
Yeah.
Oh, duh.
But, I want him to write all of them.
Well, it also had, I might as well bring it up now, it also had my favorite moment. I love me some Edwin Flagg.
You really love Edwin Flagg.
So it's Victor Buono?
Victor Buono, yeah.
Victor Buono?
Buono, I think.
Buono. I it won't stick in my head. I can see it written, and they said it twice on the show.
Yeah.
It's remember that.
Victor Buono.
Anyway, he has 2 lines, and it was fucking fabulous.
Oh, I'm not craft services. I'm your leading man.
And she's like, you've got to be kidding me. And he's like, did you expect someone?
Less homosexual.
Homosexual?
And then he basically just backs away. He's just like, this is what I wanted. So good.
It was.
I was loving it. And that guy looked familiar. He's totally on this pretty bad but pretty fabulous sci-fi show called The Magicians.
Oh.
That's you would hate it, but
Cool.
It's basically slightly more adult Harry Potter. It's the college years, Harry Potter the college years.
Good.
People are getting it on.
Oh.
Crazy. Anyway, he plays a demigod or something, or he's just a god with horns. Anyway. Like a low-key recommendation on The Magicians.
Yeah, there you go.
If you're into kind of shitty, fantastical sci-fi TV original shows. I mean, Haven got canceled, so I needed to fill that void. The Magicians.
Anyway.
We are in no way endorsed by Sci-Fi
Nope.
Sci-Fi Channel.
But if you want to. No, we're open to it. I will say this. So the documentary was less annoying. Possibly just because... It was still annoying. But, like, I think...
For me, it's not even that it's annoying, it's unnecessary.
I disagree.
I think it's like, I'm like, who cares? What are you talking about?
It's semi-unnecessary. All of the pomp and circumstance of it is completely unnecessary.
Because it feels like a joke to me. So Catherine Zeta-Jones is playing Olivia de Havilland, and her sister, Joan Fontaine...
Oh my god, yes, someone commented this.
Didn't speak to each other, had a very long feud. Maybe interested in that being something that is explored. Because,
next season?
Like, yeah, Joan and Olivia. Olivia and Joan.
Yeah.
Into it. But no, so Olivia why can't I say this name? It's really hard. I'm having a problem.
Olivia de Havilland.
Olivia de Havilland is like...
I mean, at the time, we didn't know that these two great screen legends, friends of ours, were being manipulated so cruelly by the men around them.
And being a woman in Hollywood, this women's lib movement...
Well, you have to remember, this was before the modern women's lib movement, which I admire very much, by the way.
Like, it's weird that it's more dated than the show, somehow. Because
Yes.
it's copying something.
Yes.
It's, like, super dated, and you're like, what's this? The show already told me all this that was happening. And I'm like, what?
In a large extent. I thought some of the like when,
Joan Blundell?
No.
Kathy Bates?
Yeah, when Kathy Bates...
As Joan Blundell.
Yes. Is talking, her narration for me was more successful than the others.
They didn't actually need a reason to hate each other. It was chemical. But things didn't start to boil over until the 40s, when they were in their 40s.
Somehow, it really was like, oh, cool. That summed up something in 3 minutes that could have taken an hour and like didn't need to.
Sure.
You know, it was like, oh, cool. Yes, whatever. I got it. We're moving on.
It still feels like a weird...
It is weird.
Like, way to...
It's weird having fake people talk about real people played by fake people. It's like what's happening here?
For me, it's a why.
Yeah, there was never introduction to the documentary or who was making it or why it was being made or how it was being made or what's the relevance of this or who's watching it or... Like,
well, then at that point, why not just show the clips of the documentary?
That too. That would be really cool, where it's like, these are the actual stars talking about this shit, and now we're gonna recreate it. And then make it... Because here's the thing. I went into this show, and like a lot of people, well, not a lot, most people got where we were coming from in our review of the first one. But some people, righteously so, were like, you don't get it. I didn't get it.
Well, we were expecting something different.
I was totally expecting something different.
Also, the first episode was boring.
It was pretty boring. It was very boring. It was, as I said, I will stand by it, it was very fucking boring. It's much more serious than I expected it to be.
Yes.
Right? And that's fine if you set the tone properly.
Yes, and the second episode had a much clearer and better tone.
It was a better balance of tone, where it was like, this is really fun, and like these are moments that are like fun and crazy and whatever, and like some ooh shit moments, like, can we talk about that daughter's speech to her mother? Oh my god.
I was so upset.
I was like, way harsh, Ty.
I would never.
You're single, lonely, and doing this ridiculous role because you can't live without being in the spotlight. Nobody wants you anymore.
You'd have to be a really awful mom for me to talk to you like that.
And the whole time I was thinking, because I know she eventually plays the neighbor. So I was like, how it, like, I was sitting there just like, but like, when is this happening? When is this happening?
See, that's interesting. I thought she had already played the daughter.
What do you mean?
Like, I thought they had already shot her.
They didn't show it. They showed that woman being fired, but it seems like, wouldn't there be a scene of...
That's true.
Hey, why don't you hire my kid?
I guess that's true.
I think it's going to be, like, her way of,
trying to...
apologizing or making a truce.
Like, here, I'll give you a time and
You'd
spot.
be like, hey, why don't you come and do this or whatever? Oh, you're...
Which then is so
great.
interesting, too. Mm-hmm. This episode was really starting to, like, delve in there, where it's like, wait, this is crazy. Oh, God. And, like, I started to feel, you like, feel bad for these women.
Right.
And you're like, this is fucked. Like, the system is fucked against you.
Oh, my God. When Alfred Molina's wife... Alfred Molina is just like...
Yes!
Oh, my God. like, basically, he's like, these bitches are being crazy. He goes like, Lee Marvin would never do this. And his wife just goes,
Yeah, they don't have to. They're men.
Well, and then when she calls him out for cheating on her,
Even you're not man enough to satisfy two women.
I was like, yes, woman, work. I mean, I don't know if she said that or not, or if they know that
There
she
was
said
a
that.
lot of-
But, like, that was good writing.
it was good writing. I was very aware in this episode of, like, how would they know if that, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Where I was like, did that really happen? This seems very dramatic, you know? So...
But also, though...
I took it with a grain of salt.
Jessica was much better for me this episode, than the first one. And there was a moment where she had, like, some sort of... It was like her... Barbara, please!
Barbara, please!
It was like... I was like, yes! What is this? I don't know, but I love it. It was, like, the right amount. It was just the right amount.
She's like, oh, I'm a single mom in Hollywood. And I'm like, where are the kids? Like, what? Have they moved out?
Where's
Christina? Is Christina going to show up?
I will say this, though, too. When she was like, let's go out to the pool. And I was like, are we going to go for a swim? Should we race?
I did, when her and Stanley Tucci in one of the flashbacks, when she's just like, we're going to have sex now. Like, on the couch.
Yes! Yes!
I was like,
Cancel my appointments. Cool. That sounds about right.
yeah.
Loved it. It was so much better.
It was so
I
much
think
better.
this brought me back.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
I am too. I want to see where this goes.
I did not know this, but somebody commented that the original Baby Jane
Oh, yeah.
was based on Rosemary from Dick Van Dyke, and it was like, holy shit, everything makes sense.
Well, and thank you. I'll take a moment.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for commenting and like sharing and enjoying and whatever.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't know why I turned into like Kristen Wiig, but I did.
You just kind of like, I don't know, turned into like Kristen Wiig or something. Like, it was, like
Don't make me sing.
Don't make me sing.
No, like don't do it. But thanks for being good fans and whatever. And try some wine. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. It's at MovieBitches, but with a 1.
But just on Facebook, because they're dumb.
Because they're dumb. And Instagram and Twitter, I think I said those.
Are
And
just movie bitches, regular.
Just regular MovieBitches. And
Send us fun shit to
yeah,
our
to our PO box. If you like any, we like.
Oh my
okay,
God.
these are.
I
Like, we need
definitely
more
need
drag
more
related
drag tapes.
VHS tapes. Do we have Mrs. Doubtfire? Oh, it's literally right there.
It's literally right there. Once again, if anyone has a Mrs. Winterbourne VHS tape, please send it our way.
Yes.
Anything with Shirley MacLaine, anything with Bette Midler.
Yeah, Bette Midler. We don't have a lot of Bette Midler about a lot of Joan Crawford. I mean, like, what are you gonna have for Joan Crawford? Like,
I don't have Mildred Pierce.
That movie, though, I will say, and they brought it up in this, and I was like, but like, no, she deserved that Oscar.
There was a little bit of. They picked out the most obvious things to flashback to.
Sure.
A little bit for me, and that's
You mean of their movies?
of their movies, of the scenes. Like, of course they had to do the what a dump.
What a dump.
You know, like it was like, great, okay. You know what I mean? There was
I
a couple
still see
of-
Susan Sarandon.
I still see Susan Sarandon, I still see Jessica Lange.
But a little less so
But
this
what are you
episode.
gonna do? But
Yeah.
there was a little bit of like, let's pick the most iconic
Which I think is a
things.
mistake.
Yeah, because like it's the most comparable.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, that doesn't.
Oh,
sound like
that
her at all.
wasn't a very good what a dump. Or like, you are in the chair, Blanche, you are.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and then it was also funny watching it now, having Stanley Tucci's opinion of it, or Jack Warner's
Sure.
opinion of it, is that they're acting terribly.
I don't think that's true.
He was like,
There's so much ham up there, I'm going to have to go to my rabbi this afternoon and atone. No, I'm talking about what's underneath all that scene chewing. Pure, naked rancor.
he was talking about them chewing up all the scenery
Well, he did say that,
and
but they
all that
were.
stuff.
But April, they were.
They absolutely were, but it's funny to know now that, like, Bette Davis 100% got nominated for an Oscar for this, and, like, that's great.
But she's fabulous in that movie.
I get it.
Even though she's chewing up the scenery. I mean, I
get
think
it, but
I think that's what he saw. I think that's what they were
interesting.
saying. I got that he.
I don't think he thought, I think he thought this will be a cash grab.
No, I disagree because I think that was why, because he said, he had that line, and I mean, obviously, who knows how much was said and how much was written,
Yes.
but there was that line where it was like,
I mean, you can literally feel the hate steaming off the screen.
that's why he was like, stoke this, like, you gotta
Right.
make them really go against each other because it's reading off on camera, and I was like, it's true. It's true.
Well, I mean, you could say all of these sort of negative things they show about Robert Aldrich director character, you could show 10, 20-fold with Hitchcock. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
That's certain directors,
particularly of that era as well.
particularly of that era, but like some directors, that's how they direct. They fuck with you.
Yeah.
That's just how they do it, and sometimes it makes great work.
And sometimes it's really fucked up and it's terrible.
Janet Leigh and you can never take a shower again. You know, like shit happens. I don't know, but like now we have Psycho. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. I like it, but I don't like it. So I would say watch the show.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Let's see where it goes. Like hopefully it keeps this momentum. Hopefully there's more Edwin Flag.
Oh my god. Well, there will be, I'm sure.
I'm so excited.
You're so funny. Any iteration of him, you just love Edwin Flag.
You know, and I figured it out. I think what he reminds me of is his voice reminds me of something from like a Disney cartoon that I watched a lot. Like Baloo the bear or something where it's like a big, you know, friendly sounding, like something from Jungle Book. I don't know what it is, but I think that's like where it's sticking in my head. Like Shere Khan or something. It's not him because I looked, but it's like, I think that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Because I looked and there wasn't some like, oh, that's what it was.
There's definitely like some weird like big friendly gay man vibe going on where I'm like, what is this? Why does this seem so familiar?
Maybe it's just because it seems so modern.
Maybe.
In some way. Because it's like,
Oh.
Yep, love it.
And you know what's nice? He's not a gay villain.
No, he's not.
And that's okay. I mean, this is a sidebar, but it's fine because who cares? But like to talk about Beauty and the Beast, which we're gonna review when it comes out, whatever.
Yeah.
Like give it like a month. Realistically. But so there was like all of this hubble-baloo. Speaking of Baloo.
Hubble-baloo.
That
was the telescope. Yes. That telescope was really causing some stirring it up, stirring that pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About how like Disney has like an openly gay character or whatever. Right. And it's like, oh, the bestiality is fine, but the gay character, that's the big problem.
It's LeFou, right?
Yes.
See, I thought it was gonna be Cogsworth because that makes sense.
That's the clock.
I know.
Is that right? I was asking.
Oh yes, that's the clock.
Is the clock not? I mean,
it was just.
I haven't watched Beauty and the Beast in a very long time. Are those based off of real people that were turned into things? Or were they based off of like people in her mind where it's like, oh, and you were there, and you were there?
No, they're real people. They turn into themselves. They're just servants.
Oh, and then
How long has it been since you've seen Beauty and the Beast?
Probably at least 13 years.
Well, you forgot? They all like spin around and like are like, oh, I'm a person.
Yeah, I remember him, but not them.
Remember how like gross he looks when he finally turns into a person and you're like, oh, no. Like I remember being a child and being like, can't wait to see what the beast looks. Oh. He looks really weird.
You know what's been really interesting is that has been reading about the writing of Beauty and the Beast and like the allegory and stuff for AIDS and. I didn't realize any of that. I mean, obviously, because the last time I saw it, I was 16, 14, 13. I don't know how old I was. But so, like, I'm kind of excited. I don't think the movie's going to be that great, but it might not be terrible, so I'm excited for that.
I feel like it's going to weird me out a lot.
Probably.
Like the CGI. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. Kevin Kline's going to be there. Emma Thompson's going to be there. I'm in. Like, that's all you need to say.
I mean, it'll look gorgeous, I'm sure. And I'm excited. I'm excited
because I feel like it's going to be insane. Like, I feel like I'm feeling this crazy. What's this?
Yeah.
At least we know Dan Stevens is hotter than Cartoon Beast. I'm in.
There you go. Wait, what was the point of this conversation?
I don't know. You brought it up.
Something about, I brought it up because
gay villains.
The gay villains.
Yeah.
So what's weird, you know, then there's like this whole conversation, but like, oh, there's a gay character in Disney movie.
Yeah.
It's like, but like, you guys, Ursula, Jafar, But they're always gay villains, right? Because that was part of like the anti-Semitism, homophobia of Disney.
Right. Oh
Big schnozzes and gay.
King John is definitely homosexual.
Yes. Scar.
Oh, I mean, it's Jeremy Irons. Come on. He floats around. He's fluid.
Fluid. Bi.
Yeah.
Let's not contribute to bi erasure.
What?
That's what Authentic Paint always is treating us, bi erasure.
what is
Erasing buys, like not
eraser.
erasure. E-R-A-S-U-R-E. Erasure.
That's so many words that are combined.
Is it?
Are you saying erase her?
Erasure. It's the erasing. It's like an adjectival
Why isn't it
form.
just by eraser?
Because an eraser would be a noun,
Yeah.
and erasure is
Like the person doing the erasing?
it is the act of erasing.
What? So if you're like, I'm erasing something, how would you say that in a regular sentence?
Yeah, so like okay, let's say you were like, oh my god, half of this thing has disappeared because of your erasure.
I have literally never heard that before in my life.
Okay.
I would say, oh, it's been erased, I guess. I don't know.
Well, sure. Okay.
I've never heard that iteration of that
Well,
word.
so like the erasingness is what you would call it.
That it's been erased. I don't know what you're
But that's
talking
the past
about.
tense. This is the current tense. Erasure.
Oh no, it's erasing. I literally don't know what you're talking about. Like I've
Whatever, it's a
never-
fucking word. It's the English dictionary. Look it up.
I believe you, but it's like a black hole. Like I have never heard that before.
Obviously, we know who's handling our Twitter account.
No, Scar, definitely.
No, totally.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that, like,
I mean, technically, LeFou is a villain,
I guess he kind of is.
but like, okay.
I guess that's true.
I mean, he's a villain.
God damn it.
He's like, let's go burn down the castle.
But he's in love with Gaston, which everyone knew in the cartoon. I remember that. Subconscious gay things from my childhood.
Now, I wonder if the song Me from the Broadway musical, which is fucking fabulous, is gonna be in the movie. I doubt it. It's Gaston's song, where he's like proposing to her.
Oh.
Have you not heard it? I hope that they include it. They probably won't.
Who plays Belle?
Emma Watson.
Can she sing?
I do not know.
Okay.
We will find out.
And who plays the Beast? You said
Dan
it.
Stevens.
Who's that?
Did you watch Downton Abbey?
No.
Have you seen The Guest?
No.
Have you watched Legion?
No.
You don't know who Dan Stevens is?
Nope. I mean, I don't have too high hopes, because, like, Disney movies...
Oh, I'm not gonna like it at all. But it might be, like, fun.
Good. Okay.
There's a very low probability that I will actually like it.
That's true.
But I might be like, this is silly. I'm into it. That's all I can say. Anyway, Feud. I would say keep watching. We'll see.
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy has the tradition of falling off a cliff.
That is true.
His shows are like, this is so good. Oh my
no.
god, this is
But he
horrible.
also has the tradition of, like, having a great first season.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that, like, cool, this was one season, and then we're, like, moving on to the next miniseries.
Moving on to
Just
Princess
consider it a
Di.
miniseries. And, oh, with who? The Queen?
That's the next one.
Oh, is it?
Did you not read all of our
I
comments?
think I did, but I forgot about it.
Yeah, I think it's between the Queen. I mean, I don't know who else it would be.
So what is it going to be? Feud?
Diana and
And
Elizabeth?
I guess. That makes sense. Diana and Elizabeth. Or the Royals. I don't know. Whatever.
Or Diana and England?
Or maybe just Feud.
Diana.
Do you remember that movie, Diana?
It'll be. Oh god, that movie's fucking terrible.
So bad.
No, it'll be.
Don't watch it.
Feud. Diana and Camilla. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Cheers. Oh, sorry.
And Charles. Let's all blame Charles.
Mm-hmm. And the paparazzi.
Oh, I didn't mean for her death. I just meant like in general.